Hello and welcome to RV Talk Radio. Join us here at each show where we visit RV products and services and RV tips, RV living, and RV lifestyles. So relax, grab a cup of coffee. Let's talk about RVs. Hello and welcome to RV Talk Radio. I'm Rob Scribner, your host, and today is an exciting day because we get to talk about RV Travel Quest. RV Travel Quest is my wife and I, and we have been waiting for over 2 years to full-time travel. And today's show will kind of tell you some of the things that led up to getting us ready to launch our RV. Before we get going, I want to acknowledge that we are sponsored by RVLock. And if you're looking for a security lock for your fifth wheel or trailer or camper, RVLock has got a keyless remote entry system that is out of this world. Sherry and I both have one, and I highly recommend you get one. You can order one through RV Travel Buddy. Go to the product review page and get a significant discount. So get your RV lock today. Before we get started with the RV Travel Quest, I'd like to let you know that in the next few weeks we have some very interesting interviews coming up. They're in the works right now. We're very excited, and I'm sure you will enjoy them. We also want to take the time to acknowledge all the folks that have been joining RV Talk Radio's community on Facebook. Don't forget, just go to Facebook, type in RV Talk Radio. You'll have to ask to join. Not a problem. We ask everybody to keep the comments RV related. We would love to have you. We also have RV Travel Buddy's Facebook page, which we'd love to have you on there too. That one's just a regular page. Just put in RV Travel Buddy in Facebook and connect with us and like our page and stay connected. We've also been very thrilled to death about all the new subscribers coming onto the YouTube channel. Welcome aboard. We are doing our best to master the 360 camera. It's going to take a few weeks. We have some software in the works to help us do some editing, but in the meantime, we're trying to do the best job we can. The most important thing is coming up Monday on January 11th, 2006, Chapter 6 of the Mission Series, which is on YouTube, will be launched, which is finalizing our it will be actually 7-chapter series of how Sherry and I got the RV Travel Quest going. It talks about the very beginning, how to get started. It was a 2-year mission. We've worked very hard on the mission series, and I think you'll enjoy it. But Chapter 6 is coming out Monday. Another really exciting thing has been happening to RV Travel Buddy and RV Talk Radio and RV Travel Quest is we have gotten a lot more followers. We have a lot more information coming in, and it's very overwhelming, and I'm sure it's going to just get worse. So we ask everybody to be patient with us. We try our best to get back to our comments. We get lots of emails, and most of all, we want to invite you to let us know if you have a product, service, or a channel that you'd like to have on the radio, and it has to be RV oriented. We really enjoy meeting new folks that are getting on the road. We like to hear your stories. We ask you that when we do interview you, we're trying to educate people that are becoming RV travelers or want to be RV travelers or are already RV travelers, how we can benefit them with products and services and ideas to make their journey go smoother. All you need to do is go to our website at RV Talk Radio, go to the contact button, and let us know what's on your mind, or you can contact me directly at rob@rvtalkradio.com. We'll try to get back to you as fast as possible. You can also contact us through Facebook. Just use the message button and give us a detailed email of what's on your mind, what you'd like to do, or just give us comments of how we're doing or some ideas. We love it. So get connected, contact us, and if you'd like to be on our show, let us know. So here we are, 2 years later. Rob and Sherry are ready to roll. It's taken a long time to get to this point, and we're very excited. We also take a lot of pride in the fact that we tried to document the best that we could of how we got started. And just a general overview, the mission series starts out saying, all right, what do you want to do? What's your plans? So we talk about getting your first RVs. We talk about how to determine what's going to work for you. We also give recommendations of how to learn how to live with one another. Find out what you like. And we suggest that through all types of extended RV trips and part-time RVing while you're still employed or before you retire. And this is applicable to whether you're retired or not, young or old, it doesn't matter. The RV Mission Series is there to help everyone. So as we went through this journey, we tried to suggest what worked, what kind of disasters we had, what kind of things that were very helpful to us along the way. And just to make a long story short, we eventually moved into our RV for the last 4 months before we start our journey, which was very productive. We got so many things figured out before we're ready to roll. And then prior to all that, all the special equipment we found out we wanted to have, we put into the RV before we got to the point of our income getting fixed to our income dropping significantly. All the big ticket items that we needed to get into the RV and into our truck was taken care of. And the things that we wanted to do for our company, for RV Travel Buddy, are all in place. So there was a lot of planning to get to this point, and we're really excited to share it with you. I got to admit, it almost feels stressful at this point, hoping that we thought of everything that we needed to do prior to hitting the road. Yes, we'll miss some stuff, and there'll be some things that happen. We are totally ready for any type of emergency, whether it's insurance related or whether we have emergency money set aside to handle repairs. Anything that could possibly happen, we hope we've thought about it and are prepared. And I'm sure that there will be things that we never thought of, but we tried our best to relay to the people who have been following us what we've been doing. We definitely recommend that there's a lot of great channels out there. Education, RV Education 101, RV Travel, RV Geeks, Gone with the Winds, on and on. There's just dozens and dozens of really good channels to listen to. And then there's a lot of nomadic folks out there. They're in smaller rigs or vans that really know how to live in a boondocking type of way, and also are very innovative to RV or type B travel that you can learn a lot from. So I recommend you listen to all levels of RVers And you will be amazed of all the tricks and ideas out there to help you with repairs or help you with boondocking or how to get from one point to another, keeping your costs down. There's some great stuff out there, and we will continue to recommend those people as we go. What's made us kind of unique is we actually did the planning to become full-time RVer and travelers, but we also have pets with us. So we're hoping that our journey along the way to become full-time RVers are helpful to people that have pets too. So what I'd like to talk about is a little bit of what we've had to do in the last 5 months to get to this point. And this point means that when you hear this show, 2 days from now, we will be on the road full-time traveling. Our beloved Cinder, our chocolate lab, who's 3 years old, and Lily, our cat, we've had a few things that we had to get ready. The cat has been actually very easy. She pretty much owns the RV, so we're privileged to live in it with her. Cinder is a little different. She's more, has more needs like a child. She also has a prescription that we had to take care of. So just today, I went and picked up extra prescription for her and talked to our vet to make arrangements to be able to get her medication when we're on the road. And we're good for about 5 months, but beyond that, we'll have to contact them. And the gal we talked to suggested that we get our medication through Pet Meds, and they would issue the prescription to them so we could get it. So that was kind of a relief to find out that was not so hard to do. We'll see when we actually have to do it. The other thing is we've spent this year making sure that our animals are healthy. We took them to the vet, got them all checked out. They've got every single shot that they could possibly have to anticipate the areas that they're going to. So heartworm disease is a bigger issue down south, and so they highly recommend any of the type of shots that would be applicable to traveling we had done. So make sure when you're getting your pets ready to tell your vet exactly where you're going and what you're going to do, and they will tell you and look up the vaccinations that would be applicable that would help protect your animals. Because if we lost our Cinder or Lily, it would be heartbreaking, because that's our children now. And so that I can't recommend enough how important it is to me and Sherry that our animals are safe and healthy. We have also taken the time to train our animals to get used to going in and out of an RV, being in different areas, being approachable, being able to meet children, meet other people. We made sure that we have good equipment. We've actually made sure we had good bedding in the back seat for Cinder. Got her process down where she can wait in the car. She's also been taught how to be able to stay in the RV any time of day that we need to go to the grocery store, and she'll be just fine. It took a little bit of training. It wasn't hard. We had plenty of time prior to full-time travel to get these processes down. We just needed to act like we're full-timing already. So we had to leave. We intentionally left the rig a few times. We have intentionally worked on the rig to make sure the animals were used to hearing sounds and staying in the RV without having a problem. So it's really your responsibility during this early stage before you travel to have your pets ready, have their medications ready, to have their bedding and carrying devices ready. It's not up to the animals. You shouldn't try to teach them as you go. I really like animals that behave, and I really like to make sure that animals are under control. And you're going to be in different environments and different animals and etc. The other thing I try to do is I try to prevent Cinder, our chocolate lab, from getting into places where there could be a lot of dog, or basically dog diseases or issues, like pet parks. And so I minimize her exposure to populated pet parks and try to take her to places that have less animals because of different types of diseases out there. So I know it sounds a little silly, but it's like putting a lot of people into a classroom. You're bound to catch that person's cold. I feel the same way about animals. So I try my best to protect our dog and cat from issues like that. So let's get a little sentimental, I guess. And I want to talk about the emotions that have been involved in this. Our launching of RV Travel Quest in 2 days is kind of like a really big Christmas. All the packages under the tree and the anticipation and the hard work that was put in to this moment is incredible. I have to tip my hat off to my wife. I work for an aerospace company, and I was able to retire just a week ago, actually. And I get a pension, but it's not a very big one, so we have to subsidize ourselves. So we have a little fixed income, but we've actually, during the RV Travel Quest, we reduced our overhead significantly and created a nest egg that will buffer us as we get going. But we definitely have to subsidize our income. So we've got things in place to do that. I have talents beyond the aerospace industry. I've been in the internet industry for over 15 years, and I've been in internet marketing, so I kind of put that aside, but have started turning it back on to help subsidize the pension, basically. But the big thing is my wife, she's in accounting, she's a controller, and she has worked for a company that's under a lot of stress, which has put a lot of stress on her. And I just would like to say that my wife Sherry is amazing. Sorry. But she's worked really hard to get to this point. And nobody deserves this more than her. She has adapted, has had to accept things that are different to her. She's more analytical than I am. I'm more of a visionary. And so we've had to blend both of those kind of personalities into this. And it's turning out really well. Her analytical side, which I call anal attentive, makes us stay organized and keep us our processes in place so we can stand this kind of life. At the same time, I'm putting it out there. We could do this, we can do that, and throw out the ideas, and she helps build the foundation of those ideas. I guess that's what 35 years of marriage does for you. So yeah, it's been emotional. I can't wait to get Sherry out from the corporate scene. It's playing its toll on both of us. We're both in 55, and we are tired. Our health is kind of not falling apart, but needs to be taken care of. We need to start caring about us. We need to take care of our diets. We need to take care of our exercise and our emotions and our spirituality, basically. All needs to be revisited so we can enjoy our life to the fullest and have a long lifetime of this type of lifestyle. amazing thing about living in an RV and being in RV parks and traveling is, even though we just now are wrapping up our jobs, the friendships that we have gained just being in our RV full-time has been amazing. We've gotten and met more friends in the last 6 months than we have in the 5 years of anticipating this lifestyle. And yeah, it actually goes back more than just 2 years. It's actually 5. And I don't need to dwell on that, but basically 6 years ago, we definitely were a victim of the recession. And so we had to get back to the corporate scene, rebuild our lives, focus on what we liked and don't like anymore, to basically get to this point. So this is bigger than even what we've said on our mission series. Sherry and I are very sentimental about this point of time, and we tried our best to share it without being too emotional about it. But this is the turning point. This is the big it's Christmas. Big time for Sherry and I. So we're thrilled to death to share it with you. And the other thing that we're thrilled to death is, because we've been in the corporate scene, working that 9 to 5 and working hard, we also have grandchildren that have been born and are getting in their, I think our newest one's only 6 months old. And we want to get to know them, and I want them to get to know us. So this is also another stage of bringing the family back together in a whole different way, as a grandma and grandpa, and seeing our grandkids and the whole work. So that's become a very big importance to us also. And so friendships, family, those are the things that are on our priority list. And this might, I don't know if, not everybody believes in the same things we are, but we're Christians. And I have to believe that when we get to the pearly gates, those gates to get through, whoever we answer to, I refuse to believe that they're going to say, hey, how much money did you make? Or did you buy a big house? Or did you drive nice cars? I don't think that's the questions that are going to be asked of me when that day comes. I think it's going to be of how good a person you were. Did you enjoy the world that I gave you? And did you take care of your family? Did you raise them well? And were you a good person? And do you have lots of friends? And were you giving? Are you grateful? Those are the things that make up our lives. And it's so easy to get caught up in the corporate scene that gets forgotten. And I truly believe that RV living and RV lifestyles is a great tool and resource to get you back to where we all belong. So in the mission series that we put together, we're going to be talking about in detail things like what we had to do to get the RV ready, how we had to get our truck ready. We also talk about what memberships of camping groups that we're going to use. In our case, we're just going to use Good Sam and 1,000 Trails, but that could change. We also told everybody about the journey to Arizona, which is also a little series that we have on RV Travel Buddy, of taking our little car down to Arizona and leaving it with our kids. And we also talked about our big purchases that we did in the last 5 months, between cameras, a Wilson Wii booster for our cell phones. We also have Wi-Fi Ranger on here. We put in solar. We talked about the gimbals we bought for our cameras, a time-lapse camera. We also got the new 360 camera, things like tools and compressors and sealants that we use, pizza stones that we got for cooking, and measuring devices that we use for checking temperatures of the rig, of the refrigerator, of the stoves, things like that. We also talked about in the new chapter coming up in chapter 6, we talked about our post office box that we have for mail forwarding. We also talked about how we changed our furniture to make sure we're as comfortable, as that we have the comfort that we want for living in here. We also tested all of our systems. We brought in a secondary refrigerator just for capacity purposes. We also tested a lot of software and applications on our cell phones as we did different trips to find out what we'd like. And we talk about also like the paperwork that's involved that you should have on board. We also took the time to talk about our LED lights and how we conserve power and how we're going to manage our power. We also talked about how we do our cleaning, how we maintain the RV, the different tools that we use. So there's a lot in this next video coming up of the Mission Series Chapter 6. Once again, it comes out on the 11th, I believe it was. 11th on Monday, January 11th, 2016. I hope you enjoy it. It's part of a whole series. There will be one more chapter on that based on planning and travel planning and the final conclusion. Then we're going to put the whole thing together so we have a full-length video that people can watch to help them get started in the RV lifestyle. Issues that we anticipated that were coming up on this trip was clothing. So one of the things that we spent in the last 5 months was preparing for different types of weather conditions. Now it's winter time now, so we've kind of gotten used to colder weather, but we live in Washington, so we may even see colder weather. We also are anticipating much more rain, and we're also heading over to the coast. So not only do you have rain, but you have wind. And we had to find a way to anticipate that happening to us. And also remember, we're carrying cameras with us all the time too. So we've invested in new hiking boots, new clothing, new jackets. We've also, because we have a business, we also gotten clothing that will support our business. So RV Talk Radio, we have new jackets for that. We have all kinds of stickers and business cards and all those kind of fun things, but mostly what we were concerned about was clothing. So actually, not only do you have to spend money and get prepared for RV travel, but also making sure that you have the clothing to support the different areas you go to, including warm weather, like shorts and having short sleeve shirts and hats and protection for warmer weather, which we're not used to. So I just wanted to put a little blurb out here that's something to really consider. You have to be a minimal type living, but at the same time, you need to have, if you're going to visit different areas, you're going to have clothing that's applicable to where you're going, and you need to anticipate it. Otherwise, you'll be spending a lot of money all at once, and that's not a good idea when you're RVing. So once again, during the prepping of getting ready for the RV Travel Quest, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to think about your dress attire and having protection and the clothing to support the different activities you want to do. Budgeting is probably another thing to consider, and we do talk about that a little bit, but we'll be talking more in Chapter 7 on the Mission Series. So, as I mentioned earlier, we're going from good paying jobs to a fixed income, and we'll also have to subsidize ourselves. So, we've tried to anticipate that, but we also cannot emphasize enough that the benefits of RVing is this is your opportunity for a lower overhead in some situations. That's not going to be true when it comes to gas or it comes to food, but there are areas that you can conserve. The other thing is, we watch Chris and G, and it's fun. They're a young couple traveling, and they try to live to a $50 a day budget, and that's really a good measurement. It might be different for other people, especially if you still had a car payment or RV payment or something, but it's a good idea to plan your budget and try to live within your means. And there's several ways to do that, so we're not going to tell you how we do it because it's going to be different for every couple or single person. And I also have the goal on our travels to keep our RV rent down to a minimal. So you probably heard that we signed up for 1,000 Trails. That should be very helpful. But we're also going to try to utilize like casinos, different places, the overnight stuff. We'll use some of the regular things like Walmarts and places like that. But there will be times that we're just going to want to be in a good RV park and actually pay for it. For example, I talked about this in our last show. Seven Feathers was a resort and casino that I'm willing to pay for. It's nice, it's clean, it has a lot of extras to it, and I'm willing to pay $30 or $40 a night for a couple of nights for a place like that. But for example, Sherry and I, you say, where are we going first when we're heading for the coast? When we do that, we were going to use 1,000 Trails and found out that the particular one we wanted was closed for the season. Well, we have some photography we want to do of a very special place, which will be on our channel in a week or so. And so it's like, wait, there's a casino there. So I called the casino, and I knew they had parking there for RVs. They have a great little field type of place, but it's definitely boondocking. So our first couple of days, we're going straight from an RV park to boondocking, which is really going to give us a chance to see how well our electrical system manages our needs. Remember, we do have a generator, so we don't have to just rely on the batteries the whole time, but it'll be interesting to go straight to boondocking, which is not really what we wanted to do, but hey, we roll with the punches. So our big goal is to head west, hit the coast because of the weather. We don't want to get into ice and snow. Travel down the coast a little ways, and then we're going to shoot over to Central Oregon where we have family and we actually be able to semi-boondock. We can still get electricity, staying on some property of some family we have down there. And we're anticipating meeting up with some other RVers, so we're really looking forward to that. Then we're going to wing it from there, so I can't tell you exactly what we're going to do, but I would probably see us shooting back across in Oregon to stay at the Seven Feathers Casino because we really like that place, and then probably head towards the coast again depending on the weather to drive around the mountains a little bit and work our way south. So that's the big plan. It'll change, but hopefully we've anticipated that. But the big thing we want to talk about in our next chapter would be planning and how we go about it. So it's a little premature to talk about that now because that could change, and Sherry and I might learn some new tools and resources along the way. So planning, and those are new to me and Sherry. Traveling and anticipating stops and things like that are going to be a big issue that I know we'll want to talk about later. By now, I hope you visited RV Travel Quest, and I hope you will like the new design. We just redesigned the site for easy navigation. It seems to present all of our videos a little better, our articles a little better. You can also find the mission series on there, and you can find the mission series on YouTube. Just go to RV Travel Buddy, go to the playlist of the mission series, and the whole thing will be there. Remember, Chapter 6 won't show up till Monday. So, we're getting towards the end of the show here. We thought we'd cut it short. We have a really big agenda coming up this month. We have a contest that will be firing up here soon. And so lots of things going on. So we thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of celebrate with you, our listeners, that RV Travel Quest has begun. I know if you're an outsider looking in, you're probably going, oh, great for them, but I'm still stuck working here 9 to 5. And that's not what it's all about. It's about your dreams of the future. We've gotten to this point, and there's other folks that are going to get to this point too. We just want to make it go easier for you. Life is about happiness. And if we can share some ideas or resources with you to get you closer to your goals, I hope we're successful in doing that. I hope you find me and Sherry a approachable type of people. We're very positive people, and we love new friendships, and we love to invest in tools and resources to help others. So from RV Talk Radio, RV Travel Quest, and RV Travel Buddy, we want to thank you so much for following our journey. We hope you stay with us on our journey. We'd love to hear your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. We want to have you part of our family. And we will continue to improve on our processes and our resources to bring this information to you. We hope that we can do really good presentations of showing you the places that we're at. We also have the new 360 camera, which, yes, I understand some of you get frustrated because it's a higher resolution, high definition type of video, and we keep them separate. So if 360 is not your bag, then we understand. The other videos will always be a standard video. I truly anticipate that more and more 360 and this type of photography will be happening. And so this is an opportunity for us and for you to get used to it and get your settings right so you can enjoy what the 360 cameras can do in high definition. So enough about that. The big part is taking the time to say, hey folks, thank you. Thank you so much for being our new friends. Thank you so much for following us. We please urge you to subscribe and like our pages, and we urge you to share our information with others. And we truly, truly hope to do a good job for you. So I'm Rob Scribner from RV Talk Radio. We are sponsored by RVLock. And I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening. And we really hope that if you're not an RVer yet, that you get to become one and get to find out what this lifestyle is like. Thank you guys, and see you next Friday. Have a great day. Bye now.